Hello there, and welcome once again to Building the Ark Show with yours truly, Rose Shiko. This is a podcast where we focus on ourselves. We talk about personal growth, self-building, and personal development. Building the Ark is about hope, encouragement, transformation, and living life to the fullest with purpose and intention. And today's show is titled Intimidation. And we shall look at a story in the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 17. 2 Samuel, chapter 17 is a story of David and the giant Goliath. Now, Goliath was a Philistine, 9 feet 9 inches tall. And for 40 days he had tormented the children of Israel, asking them to send a man to fight him. And as a result, the children of Israel were intimidated by this man and his size and his stature. And as a result, they had low self-esteem. They were filled with fear. Every time he showed up, they were afraid. They would run away. And as a result, they found it impossible to fight this man. That's why this went on for 40 days. But David was sent on an errand by his dad, and he came to the battlefield. And he decided to find out what is going on, what is happening, why all this fear, why all this low self-esteem, why all this intimidation. And they told him the story. And obviously, they sold fear to him. They sold intimidation to him because that's where they were. That's the position they were in. And that's how they gave the story to him. Even his older brother, David's older brother, called him arrogant and said, "You're just being nosy by coming to see what's going on." So here is David being sold this story of intimidation and low self-esteem and fear. But to him, he did not look at the size of Goliath. He was not intimidated. His focus was on his identity, who he was, because he knew that he was a child of God. And that's why he asks, who is this man who defiles the armies of the living God? Who is this man who dares to speak against the children of the living God? He had so much confidence in his identity, with who he was as a child of God, that Goliath's size did not intimidate him. David knew the greatness of God. That's why he told King Saul, when he went before King Saul and said, "I can fight this man." He said, "Look here, I take care of my father's sheep. And whenever a bear or a lion comes to take a lamb from the flock, I would just go ahead and kill it. So I've killed a bear, I've killed a lion. Who is this Goliath? I can do it." Now I want to encourage you today, because there's going to be people that seem better than you when you're building. Because they are more educated, they are more connected, they have more money than you. But you in your own way are unique. David had all odds against him, but that was not his focus. His body size worked against him, but that was not his focus. He even had no military clothes. And even when he was offered clothes by the king, military clothes, he said, I can hardly walk in them. He defied protocol, and he used the stones and a slingshot, what he knew. And that's what he used to defeat Goliath, and he walked away with victory. So even if there are people better than you, more educated, people that are ahead of you, have confidence in who you are. Do not be intimidated. David did not allow intimidation to move him. Instead, he looked at himself, his identity as a child of God. He looked at his track record with God and how God had walked with him when he was taking care of his father's sheep. And that's what he stood by. And that's what gave him the victory. So be confident, keep building, and do not allow intimidation to get the upper hand. Thank you for listening, and join us once again for another episode where we continue on this journey of personal growth and personal development. Please share, subscribe, forward the link, tell a friend, and leave a comment. Also stop by Amazon and search for Rose Chico, where you will find my books. This has been yours truly, Rose Chico, with Building the Ark.